The deserted mining site had been left to rust for decades. How could such a treasure-filled machine go unnoticed for so long? Let us dive into the incredible details and uncover what Parker plans to do with his jaw-dropping find that made the other miners try to eliminate him for good. The forgotten gold machine, the Trommel, covered in grime and surrounded by dense vegetation, looked like it hadn't been touched in decades. Its sheer size was intimidating, a giant steel tube built for heavy-duty mining operations. Unlike today's modern machines, this TRL was built for strength and volume rather than finesse. Back in its prime, it churned through tons of material daily, extracting nuggets and particles of gold. But here's the kicker: due to outdated techniques, much of the finer gold had slipped through the cracks, quite literally. Decades of neglect had left a treasure trove hidden in plain sight, and Parker's curiosity was piqued. What Parker discovered inside the rusted turret wasn't just gold. It was a clue to something far bigger, something that could rewrite the history of this forgotten mining site. Rumors about the site had floated around the area for years. You have a problem with Lucifer, so you have a feed direction problem or a chute that's blocked off down in the distributor or something. Something's going on. Local whisperers claimed the TRL was said to be part of a large operation abandoned when the miners ran out of funds or faced other unforeseen challenges. The untouched piles of sediment near the machine were rumored to be filled with gold-rich dirt, but no one had dared confirm it. When Parker brushed off the grime and took his first look inside, the glint of something shiny stopped him in his tracks. It was clear that this was no ordinary find. This was a potential gold rush waiting to happen. Restoring the TRL was no small task. Parker and his team faced a monumental challenge of bringing the rusting beast back to life. First, they had to figure out how to move the massive machine to a location where it could be worked on. Then came the task of refurbishing it, a process that involved repairing or replacing countless parts, from gears and screens to the main steel drum. Every step was a test of patience and expertise. But Parker's team was determined. They knew the potential payoff was worth the effort. As the team worked, they uncovered an untouched stockpile of sediment near the TRL. Initial tests on the dirt revealed astonishing results. The gold concentration was far higher than anything Parker had ever seen in his usual mining operations. It wasn't just promising, it was a game changer. This wasn't just dirt, it was a jackpot. Setting up a temporary processing plant, Parker combined old-school mining methods with cutting-edge technology to ensure not a single gold particle was missed. So there's a lot of pressure on revenue right now. Now, we haven't had that sort of pressure in a while, but we've got 2 plants running. We have a shot, he said. The results were beyond anyone's expectations. Day after day, the recovered gold added up, with the total value quickly climbing into the millions. But the story didn't end there. A deeper mystery unfolds. Digging into the TRL's past, Parker's team uncovered records hinting at other abandoned sites connected to this machine. It appeared the TRL had been part of a network of operations, each potentially hiding similar fortunes. These logs detailed areas with high gold concentrations, offering a roadmap to even more hidden wealth. Parker's discovery wasn't just about the gold in this one spot, it was a gateway to a larger treasure hunt. Restoring the TRL itself became a path into history. Each piece of machine told a story, from rusted gears to dented panels. It was clear this TRL had seen intense use during its heyday. Specialists were brought in to ensure every repair was done right, knowing that even a small oversight could jeopardize the operation. By the time the TRL roared back to life, it was a blend of historical craftsmanship and modern engineering. Watching it in action was nothing short of breathtaking. It processed dirt with astonishing efficiency, separating gold nuggets and fine particles with ease. For Parker and his team, the experience was more than just a financial win. Delving into the TRL's history, they uncovered stories of the miners who had operated it decades ago. These were people driven by ambition, chasing their dreams in a harsh and unforgiving environment. Piecing together their narrative added depth to the entire project, making it more than just a quest for gold. It was a connection to the past, a reminder of the hard work and determination that defined those who came before. The mining community took notice. The discovery also sparked widespread interest in the mining community. I'll try to get you some reinforcement so you can speed up. But okay, yeah, timeline's blown up. This isn't nearly what we thought it was. Hey. Experts speculated, and enthusiasts began wondering what other treasures might still be hidden in forgotten corners of the world. Parker's TRL became a symbol of what's possible when determination meets opportunity. It wasn't just a rusting relic, It was a testament to the untapped potential that exists in the most unexpected places. By the end of the operation, Parker's team had recovered a staggering amount of gold, with estimates placing the total value well into the hundreds of millions. The TRL, once an abandoned hunk of metal, had become the cornerstone of one of Parker's most successful ventures. Its rediscovery reignited interest in exploring abandoned mining sites, with many wondering what other fortunes might be waiting to be found. A lesson in looking to the past. With the TRL uncovered and its value clear, Parker's team knew the hardest part was ahead, breathing new life into old machines. This story isn't just about unearthing gold, it's about digging deeper into what's been left behind, both literally and figuratively. In the competitive world of gold mining, most people are focused on what's right in front of them, missing the real gems hidden in the past. The rediscovery of a long-forgotten TRL machine proves that true treasure sometimes waits beneath layers of rust and neglect. This machine, a relic of a bygone era, was transformed into a gold-producing powerhouse through determination, ingenuity, and a bit of old-fashioned grit. It's not just a tale of riches, it's a lesson in the value of looking where others dare not tread. A revolution in the mining industry, the TRL, an imposing piece of machinery, was a cornerstone of gold mining during its prime. Designed to separate gold from dirt and rocks, it was once an engineering marvel. But as technology advanced, these hulking machines became obsolete, abandoned to rust in forgotten corners of mining territories. That's where Parker came in. Armed with ambition and vision, he saw opportunity where others saw junk. Hauling this multi-ton machine out of the wilderness was a feat in itself. It took a team of experts, cranes, trucks, and meticulous planning to transport the TRL to a workshop for restoration. Every mile of the path was a gamble, but the stakes were worth it. Once the machine reached its destination, the real work began. Years of rust and decay were scrubbed away, and its outdated parts were replaced with cutting-edge technology. Outdated gears were replaced with high-tech components. A new motor was installed, and advanced sensors and automation systems were integrated, turning the TRL into a data-driven powerhouse. When the day came to fire up the TRL, the stakes couldn't have been higher. The massive drum began to spin. Dirt and debris poured in, and gold began to flow out. The results were staggering. The TRL recovered millions of dollars in gold, far exceeding expectations. The project proved that forgotten machinery could still hold immense value, sparking a renewed interest in restoring old mining equipment. Parker's TRL became a symbol of hope, reminding the industry that sometimes the greatest treasures lie in the past. For core_and effort, anything is possible. When the TRL started working again, it wasn't just about finding gold. It showed how old things can still have great value with some new ideas. A machine that made history again, the TRL machine, once considered an outdated piece of rusting metal, has become a symbol of how the past and future can work together. By blending old-school mining methods with cutting-edge technology, it has proven that mining doesn't have to rely solely on destruction or wastefulness. This project didn't just unearth gold, it unearthed a new way of thinking about mining. Abandoned machines scattered across the region, often written off as useless relics, now appear as potential time capsules packed with untapped value. These machines, when paired with smart innovations, are reshaping how the entire industry operates. The TRL's transformation wasn't just about recovering gold, it was a statement. This restored machine managed to operate with much less waste and a significantly smaller environmental impact than traditional methods. It's a direct challenge to the outdated belief that striking it rich means damaging the planet beyond repair. By improving efficiency and reducing leftover waste, the TRL set a new gold standard, literally and figuratively. Its success has inspired other mining operations to rethink how they approach their own legacies and equipment. Older machinery is often dismissed as nothing more than junk, but this project proved otherwise. By combining artificial intelligence and automated systems, the TRL was brought back to life with capabilities that could rival brand new technology. This wasn't about nostalgia. It was about recognizing potential and creating value from overlooked resources. Parker's team showed how blending the wisdom of the past with today's technology can lead to remarkable results. The lesson here is simple: don't underestimate the power of innovation and a second chance. The story of the TRL is more than just a technical achievement. It's a testament to grit, determination, and vision. Restoring this massive machine revealed opportunities no one had anticipated. Advanced mapping tools uncovered underground deposits that previous miners had missed entirely. These weren't just small traces of gold, they were indicators of potential new mining zones that could sustain operations for years. Did you notice anything wonky? I did notice that the water was flowing on the right-hand side of the right wing, but with the vibrating, it could just sort of walk over a bit. The TRL, once discarded as useless, became the key to unlocking multiple fortunes. The restoration process was no small feat. Engineers, geologists, and mechanics worked together to rebuild the TRL piece by piece. Many components were damaged beyond repair, requiring custom-built replacements to make the machine compatible with modern systems. Each challenge only strengthened the team's resolve. This wasn't just about fixing a machine, it was about reimagining what it could be. The local community also played a significant role, sharing stories and records that gave the team valuable insights into the machine's history and original operation. When the TRL roared back to life, it was more than just mechanical success, it was an emotional triumph. This machine, once thought obsolete, now operated with greater precision and speed than its original design could have ever allowed. Watching it process dirt and extract gold wasn't just about monetary reward, it was proof of what determination and innovation could achieve. The restored TRL stands as a reminder that even forgotten relics can hold incredible potential. The impact of the TRL project extended far beyond the team who worked on it. It became a rallying cry for the mining industry to reevaluate how they view old equipment and abandoned sites. Parker's efforts showed that mining's future doesn't have to come at the expense of its past. His team's work demonstrated that even the most neglected machines could be transformed into powerful tools for modern use. The TRL's path from rusted scrap to a gold-producing powerhouse is a testament to what can happen when innovation meets determination. The success of the TRL wasn't just a win for Parker's team. It showed how old, forgotten machines can create new opportunities for everyone, changing the game in gold mining. This project wasn't just about profits, it was about rewriting the rules of mining. By leveraging historical analysis alongside forward-thinking strategies, Parker created a model for exploration that balances sustainability with efficiency. Partnering with universities and researchers, his work has inspired the development of new algorithms to evaluate the potential of older equipment. These systems help identify whether components should be refurbished or replaced, maximizing the value of what many had written off as obsolete. The success of the TRL has sparked similar projects across the globe. Teams in Australia, South America, and Africa are now exploring their own abandoned sites, hoping to replicate Parker's achievements. These efforts prove that mining's so-called golden age is far from over. By rethinking how resources are extracted, this approach is breathing new life into areas once deemed mined out. The economic benefits are undeniable, creating jobs and revitalizing local economies wherever these projects take root. Environmental groups are paying close attention to Parker's work, and for good reason. Mining has been criticized for years because of how much harm it causes to the environment. But Parker's TRL project is showing everyone that it's possible to make mining both sustainable and profitable at the same time. His team has done this by finding ways to reduce waste and using smarter, more responsible practices. These changes are not just small improvements, they are showing the entire mining industry that it is possible to do things differently while still making money. And probably still like 15 feet to bedrock. It looks like that means there's 10 feet to thaw, at a foot a week it's 10 weeks. 2.5 months from bleed to here. What Parker's team has done is bigger than just one local success, it's an idea that's reaching people everywhere. Around the mining areas, towns and businesses are getting a boost because of the renewed activity. Shops, restaurants, and small industries are growing again. Families are seeing opportunities that didn't exist before. The effects of this project stretch much further than the gold they've pulled out of the ground. It's affecting lives, local economies, and even the way people think about mining. This project is proof that progress doesn't always mean starting over. Sometimes, it's about looking at what's already there and seeing how it can be used better. The TRL isn't just an old piece of mining equipment. It's become a powerful symbol of what happens when people combine innovation, hard work, and a clear vision for the future. Parker's work reminds us that even the most forgotten tools can have value if we're willing to rethink how we use them. His team's success shows that mining can change in a way that respects the environment, helps people, and still meets economic goals. Instead of leaving the past behind, the TRL project proves that we can build on it to create something far better. This project also challenges all of us to think differently. What other tools, industries, or ideas might we be ignoring just because they seem outdated? Parker's story teaches us to dig deeper, not just into the ground, but into our own assumptions about what's possible. By giving the TRL a second chance, Parker has shown the world that progress isn't about abandoning old ways, it's about finding new value in them. And that's a lesson that goes far beyond mining. It's a call for all of us to look closer at what we already have, and imagine how it can help us build a better future. Is Parker Schnabel's discovery just a lucky find? Or could it reveal hidden riches that others have overlooked for years? Was this abandoned TRL part of a larger forgotten treasure waiting to be uncovered? Parker's rediscovery of the TRL didn't just bring back a machine, it ignited a movement. In the weeks that followed the initial restoration, media outlets began to pick up on the story. Documentaries, podcasts, and mining-focused YouTube channels started chronicling every detail of the transformation. The world, once disinterested in forgotten mining equipment, was now watching closely. Interviews with Parker and his crew went viral, especially those detailing how a machine once destined for scrap became the backbone of a multi-million-dollar operation. It wasn't long before investors and prospectors across the globe began launching expeditions of their own, determined to uncover the next abandoned marvel hiding in the wilderness. In mining towns from Alaska to South Africa, renewed hope swept through communities that had suffered economic downturns for years. Inspired by the TRL project, some began organizing restoration collectives, combining knowledge from retired miners with the enthusiasm of younger generations armed with drones, scanners, and AI-driven tools. Parker, always keen on sharing lessons learned, hosted virtual workshops detailing the step-by-step process they used to evaluate the TRL's potential before investing in its revival. The key, he said, is not just in what the machine was, but what it could be. You have to see past the rust. Beyond the gold, the TRL story began shifting global perspectives on sustainability in mining. Environmental groups that had long been at odds with traditional mining companies started collaborating with innovators like Parker. Joint task forces were established to design frameworks that allowed for responsible site recovery, while still providing economic gain. The idea that mining could become circular, reusing, restoring, and reinventing rather than merely consuming, started to take root. Schools and universities also saw value in the TRL's journey. Engineering departments invited Parker to speak about the merging of old mechanical systems with modern analytics. Business students analyzed the TRL case study as an example of high-risk, high-reward entrepreneurship. And historians were fascinated by how machinery from a previous century still had untold stories to reveal. The TRL, once forgotten and rusting in silence, had not only unearthed millions in gold, but had become a gold standard of possibility. Parker Schnabel hadn't just salvaged a machine, he had sparked a revolution.